Alright, I would like to thank you, bunch of monkeys in chat, for giving a bunch of claps away to Castaway 999 for that 4-month resub. And of course, we've had quite a few resubs today. So quickly catching up on Zappa 43 hitting for that 9-month mark. JTDC for the 7 months. And anyone else I missed today, I'm super duper sorry. That's just all that's in my chat. I forgot that we had to actually, you know, pay attention to the people that support us while we're getting things ready to go. But big love to all of you nonetheless. We are in game number 2. I'm casting with LOTV today and spawning in the bottom right corner of the map. It's going to be the purple Protoss Puck.
And on the other side of Terraform, the red Zerg player coming out strong in that game 1, it is Nerchio.
Yeah, one of the things I think Nerchio has going well for him, and we didn't really see an example of that game, but Nerchio has always been a pretty aggressive player. And that was definitely a crutch of Puck yesterday. That's what had True finally take him down, hitting him aggressively on Bridgehead with those timings. I'm not sure if Nerchio is willing to go for anything quote-unquote rushy, but it is something we saw Puck struggle with. And being down in the series like this, it's something that's got to be on the back of his mind for sure.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting to see what Puck tries to pull out this time. The Warp Prism really didn't do him any favors last game. He really didn't get anything done with the 4 Adepts loaded into that Warp Prism. Like, even when Nerchio pushed out of his base, he didn't actually take advantage of that and warp in on the other side of the base. Maybe get Nerchio to turn around, say, buy some time, warp in some defensive units, or even, like, some more, maybe some cannons, more pylons.
Oh, gosh.
Cannons.
Pylons are, we need to think of a great name for the pylon cannon, because it's such a stupid thing to watch. I mean, you and I got to see the pylon versus pylon wars, and since then, I've just been very judgmental of pylons in general.
You judging those pylons, Rifkin?
Very hard.
Oh,
actually, no, I'm judging David Kim for allowing that to happen.
I mean, I think it's a pretty cool idea, but it's just so unbelievably strong. Like, the pylon feels like it one-shots everything. You know, what it looks like to what it feels like? Or what
yeah, nice username series, yeah.
That's where that comes into play.
It's funny, and again, we're just watching the game unfold here, guys. So, Libby and I were both recently at TwitchCon. We got to hang out at the StarCraft booth. We talked to some of the developers, community managers, just kind of hanging out and chilling. But I told them the pylon story of that PvP, and like they could not believe it. They're like, "What?" It
was pylon versus pylon, my friends.
It's like nobody intended this to happen at all. But okay, so a couple things going to try and get in backs away immediately. Ooh, maybe not. Photon Overcharge, definitely worth popping. It's only 25 energy to kill the Lings. It's just so cheap and so not a problem to use.
Yeah, the Adept pops out, kills off that Ling before it gets into the main base. Now the Adept's going to phase walk across the map, get a nice scout off. The longer that Puck can actually keep this Adept alive, the better for him, though. If he can get any drone kills, actually, that's fantastic. But we'll have to wait and see. Nerchio's already taking a 3rd base, going very mineral heavy like he was in game number 1.
You're getting quite quiet, by the way. I'm not sure what's going on over there. Your mic started fluctuating in volume.
What?
Also, backing up a sec.
Going on. This new Zoom program.
It might be auto-adjusting if you want to make sure there's not something checked off or something. I'm not sure, but backing up a sec, though, I just want to say, like, Phase Walk sounds so much cooler and so much more Protoss-y than Psionic Transfer. Like, that's really what they should call the ability.
Psionic Transfer.
It's so lame, right? It's so try-hard. It's like, what are you writing, a sci-fi novel? Damn, this is StarCraft. Make it cool.
Yeah, and everything in StarCraft's pretty freaking swag so far. I'm really liking it. I mean, you got the Disruptor. It pretty much just is a Protoss Baneling. I mean, people were always complaining that Protoss didn't have a Baneling, but now, Legacy of the Void, it's available. Oh my gosh, very nice from Nerchio getting picked off that probe.
Yeah.
No hidden tech, no proxy pylons. Nothing's going to go down very sneaky like for Puck down in the bottom of the map.
Quick shout, let's go to Sloza 12,000 for the 8-month resub. Thank you for coming back once again, friend. Blink on the way for Puck. Interesting choice considering normally we see the Adepts be the focus, but he may be a little bit worried after that last game. Either way, a Warp Prism coming into play is always going to be very helpful. That instant warp in, the mobility, the everything that comes with it is just so nice. And meanwhile, Nerchio is on his way to lair. He does have that natural though, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of Zerg players, I'm not sure if Nerchio in particular does this, but when they have all the hatcheries hockeyed onto one hockey, they just select that one hockey and then press L.
Oh, okay. Just fuck it, make a lair. Ooh, 3 force fields missed. That's actually kind of nasty.
Yeah, burning the energy for one Zergling, was it? Is never really what you want to do as a Protoss player. But I mean, the force field isn't the main focus for Puck right now. He's getting the Immortals, he's getting the Blink. So it's kind of like a rainbow of tech here. He wants to have the Immortals for the Roaches, but also the Blink for, I guess, just mobility and micro.
So kind of interesting, by the way, with the Overseer scouting the Chrono on the Twilight Council, no longer does this automatically mean Blink. This can also be used for the Adept Shield upgrades, so really curious how reading into that's going to go for players. In ZvP, I don't imagine it's going to have a crazy impact, but for TvP, for example, not knowing which comes out of the Twilight Council could be really problematic.
Yeah,
by the way,
Aspire actually going down behind this from Nerchio. That is actually... Is he going to make Mutalisks or Corruptors? Because Corruptors actually can do the same job as Mutalisks now with their Caustic Spray.
Yeah, Caustic Spray hitting buildings. Kind of a cool ability. I think versus Protoss it's especially good. Versus Terran they can lift off and try and cancel it. But either way, it's annoying. Just want to say, by the way, your mic sounds good now, by the way. Thumbs ups, whatever you did. Fixed it.
Oh, I did nothing.
Oh, perfect. Well, that's always the best.
That's my strat, usually.
Not knowing why it broke or how to fix it. Nailed it!
Yeah, did you try plugging it in?
Yeah, turn it on, up and on again. Alright, this Roach attack really shouldn't be too problematic. There's 3 pylons worth of overcharge damage here. There's a lot of stalkers. There's even an Immortal out. So, maybe a couple of probes go down here, but it really should be minimal. Yeah, just dealt with immediately.
Definitely not worth the trade there for Nerchio losing a Ling or a Roach. But I really like what Puck's doing here, trying to cut off Nerchio while on the retreat.
This Mutalisk transition, though, could be an issue. Can't even see that force field in the grass, by the way. What the hell? The Blink Stalkers are going to be okay for chasing down the Mutalisk. It's not like Puck doesn't have anti-air, but Mutalisks, their mobility, how far he's expanding his bases right now, keeping up with those Mutas might be a problem.
Yeah, but if anyone can defend against Mutalisk, it's Puck. And he does have Blink Stalkers, and Blink Stalkers is actually a counter to Mutalisk as well. Now with the Pylon Overcharge, I feel like it does a lot more damage at defending Mutalisk because, well, all you have to do is have your Mothership Core in position.
Ooh.
Already a couple of Mutalisks going down and 2 of them really deep in the red. It's actually really nice already here.
Recalls? Oh, that's a mistake. Lose the Mothership Core. That was a huge mistake.
Yeah. But it's okay because none of the probes really went down here.
Ooh, but all of this out of position. Now we get some Lings running by with the Adepts and the Cannon. It'll buy time. The question is whether it buys enough time. The Immortal's going to do a ton of damage to the Roaches as well. And looks like Puck should be alright here. Even the Mutalisk coming in might not be enough. The Stalker's finally regaining the composure, I guess you could say, with the army. The barrier on the Immortal does trigger, so it doesn't actually lose any health. Really nicely done.
I feel like Nerchio is doing a really good job of picking units off, but that micro from Puck in those engagements were actually really nice. Adepts attacking Zerglings, Immortals attacking Roaches, Stalkers attacking the Mutalisks. It was just perfect from Puck's end. But he really just needs to keep on top of his micro, keep on top of the aggression. This Warp Prism getting picked off is not what Puck wants to see because he really needs to start being aggressive on the other side of the map so to hinder the economy and productivity of Nerchio.
So just a fun story. Yesterday, there's a game, Puck versus True, which ended in a base trade that True only won because he had 1 Lurker and Puck had no Observer.
Oh, man. That's always painful.
Good to see he's got an Observer out this time. Problem is Stalkers are out of position once again. Can't quite chase into these Mutalisks. Adepts will last a long time. The Cannons will buy time. They're not going to hold the defense solely and entirely on their own, but they will buy time for everything else to get here. Overcharges need to go off. On the Ship Core gets here just in the nick of time. This should help chase off some of the Mutas. Ground forces being dealt with at the same time, but the Mutalisks are really the big threat. And if he can clean up enough of these, this is a huge investment from Nerchio.
Yeah, huge investment. And Nerchio...
Oh, those cannons, though.
He's trying his darn hardest, but he just can't catch a break with hindering the economy of Puck. Like, Puck, again, on top of the defense, just Blink Stalkers under the Mutas, and I want to overcharge.
Nerchio only just scouted Puck's top rightmost base, by the way. I was wondering why he didn't go for the easy pick-off. Thought like maybe just didn't care because there's no probes type thing. But now he's going to send some Lings up there. There is nothing to defend this base. No Mothership Core, no cannons. Meanwhile, back in the main base, a couple cannons are still down. Let's see if this is enough to stop. Only 7 Mutalisks have died so far this game. It's really not been too bad from Nerchio.
Yep, always keeping Puck extremely busy on the defense as well. And that's what Nerchio wants to happen. He's got the supply lead, but I mean, the closer it gets to both players being maxed out, Puck will have the advantage because Mutilas, they are super squishy. Like, they're not really going to win in a...
Ooh, I like that blink control.
Engagement.
Falling back to the reinforcements. New Stalker's coming to help with this. Overcharge goes off, but the range is a little too shy. Can't quite hit anything. And you know, so many times they're just disengaging with Mutilas seriously at 1 health, 3 health, and the regeneration from the Mutilas just kicks in so hard.
Oh.
Now the Mothership, of course, Snipe goes down.
Yeah, that was a very good pick up there from Nerchio. Slowing down the energy recharge on the Mothership core, so really slowing down the pylon overcharges. Nerchio really getting nice pro pickups as well. Like, he's hindered the economy so incredibly
GG.
much. Nerchio, yeah, 2-0 actually against the Imber Protoss Puck. No, I'm just joking. That's what the common consensus though is, as Beastie would say. Nerchio showing that Protoss ain't no thing.
Alright, well, we're going to get set up with the next series here in just a moment, guys. It's going to be Beastie versus Bly. Should be ready in a few. Let's just go check in on, make sure videos are all done and stuff.